Berserk 376 is finally fucking here. Finally, after months of waiting, we finally get to see another step towards Guts' journey to once again save Casca from the grasps of Griffith. But did we really get given something substantial this time? The chapter pretty much begins with no sight of the ship, which is already a godsend. Too long have we been stuck on that miserable ship watching Guts breaking down emotionally and spiritually, that even we had to start to experience the same anguish from the repetitivity of the chapter by chapter being on that ship with no progression towards the storyline. But that is finally about to change. With the first page of this new chapter, we're immediately thrown into a pot of something new, something refreshing, and something familiar but different. We witness Guts' ethereal form coexisting with Shirka's in some sort of dream state, yet we have yet to find out just what the purpose of it all is. All we do know is Shirka isn't waking up at all to the real world, and is very much probably trying to explore the internal world of Guts' anguish, and probably trying to bring back something of value that can benefit our black swordsman. Nevertheless, the entirety of this manga chapter was still quite involved in the world building of this next upcoming arc, but it was definitely done a lot more tastefully. There wasn't much overly complicated conversations, nor were there any unnecessary ones either. They were all rather streamlined and to the point, which is something that I presume was based off, perhaps, the feedback received from audiences within the last few slower chapters, where nothing really happened besides everything on that ship. Which, personally, is something I deeply appreciate. There isn't much to say when it comes to authenticity, but when that authenticity is stripped away in the form of Mirua's death, I feel like keeping Berserk at the same pace as it was prior to his death isn't really the smartest strategy, as it prohibits audiences from continuing wanting to read something that is no longer being drawn by the OG artist. Nevertheless, Koji seems to have understood this quite well and have seemingly hastened the pace of the manga, if I assume correctly. And we can see this in conversations shared between the characters in this chapter as well, as the final reveal that they are all going to war with Falconia. Now, if this chapter was drawn up in the time of the Conviction arc, there would have been a 15-chapter build-up to a declaration of war, but luckily, Koji has decided to go ahead with the vision of giving us as much information and energy in a shortened amount of time, which is something that I really hope continues for however long Berserk can go for. All in all, I think I'm just extremely glad that this chapter finally came out. I want to make another video dissecting this chapter as much as we can, but for now, we're fucking back, boys. Keep on struggling, my friends. Peace.